welcome in, guys, to the Napa Trojan Auto Parts Preview Show Playoff Edition this week. We didn't carry a game for you last week, but we had our eye on all the action around the Wiregrass. We're going to have a good show for you tonight. We're going to have a rundown of all the last week's scores, a little playoff seeding online, a few teams around here squeaking in at the last minute, and a lot of home field and that type of thing be decided tonight. So we'll go over that. We'll go over this week's matchups. We've got Coach from Luverne going to join us live here in just a few minutes, as well as Coach Nolan calling in for our game this week. But first, let's get to some of the area scores. Houston Academy 27-14 winners over GW Long last week. Glenwood 50-0 over Pike Lib. Pike Lib unfortunately eliminated from the playoffs, but a great season for them, 9-2 overall, and made the area very proud. Zion Chapel 34-14 winners over Pleasant Home to finish the season 500, and a very strong finish to the year for Zion Chapel. Sweetwater 40-6 winners over Pike County. Jeff Davis 28-7 winners over Northview this week. New Brockton 34-6 over Sampson. The Luverne Tigers, who we'll be seeing this weekend, 34-14 winners over Opp. Highland Home 47-14 winners over Houston County. Slocum 43-7 over Geneva County. Geneva 49-12 over Calhoun. Theodore with a 28-16 winner over Enterprise. The Tate Aggies, a actual 6A school from Florida, Elba went and traveled to play their 1A versus 6A matchup. Elba had a chance right at the end, down on the goal line, costly penalty kept them out of the end zone. Elba falls short, 35-42 that final this week, but a lot of success coming out of that game for Elba. Hopefully that'll help them in the playoffs. Baldwin County 28-22 winners over Charles Henderson. Dothan 34-14 over your Carroll Eagles. Brantley 37-14 over Goshen this week. Wicksburg was a 50-28 winner over Ashford. Abbeville 32-27 over Headland. Headland's first loss of the season. And Cottonwood with a 35-6 win over Kinston. So we turn the page now. The regular season's over. All these regions are cut in half. 32 teams in each bracket, 1A through 6A, and there'll be 16 teams taking the field in Class 7A matchups starting this Friday night. And some of those local Wiregrass matchups that we'll have coverage for you is Abbeville will be at Vincent. Ayrton will be traveling to Thornsby. The Brantley Bulldogs will be traveling to Wadley. Charles Henderson has to travel to Ramsey. Daleville will be traveling to Reeltown. Billingsley will travel to Elba. Florella will be traveling to Lynette. Lafayette will be traveling to Geneva County. Houston Academy traveling to Winfield. Southern Choctaw will be traveling to Luverne, a game we'll be talking about in a lot more detail. New Brockton will be traveling to Leroy. Oakman is going to be traveling to Pike County. Wicksburg is going to be traveling to Gordo. Goshen will be traveling to Cottage Hill. Chickasaw traveling to Highland Home. So we want everybody to know that this Friday night we will be broadcasting live from Luverne, Alabama at 7 o'clock. We want to make sure that you join us for that. To preview that game, we're going to be back with head coach Riles of the Luverne Tigers. He's going to talk with us, as well as Coach Jeremy Nalling of Southern Choctaw is going to be calling in our third segment tonight. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, have a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with Coach Riles in just a few minutes.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Preston Steak and Grill in Troy serves quality food cooked over a wood-fired grill. Call us for any event you may need catered at 334-770-0675. We're located at 1647 US 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shear she shed.
She shear?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
Welcome back to the Napa Trojan Auto Parts Preview Show. We're thrilled tonight to be joined again by Coach Riles. Coach Riles has been with us a couple times this season. We're very thankful to have him on the show. Coach, good to have you back again. Playoff time, 0-0 is everybody's record. Yep. Tell us a little bit about how that feels going into the playoffs.
Well, it feels good. It's great to be at home. That first round, I have traveled many times, and that road to open the playoffs on the road is tough. It doesn't matter who you are or where you go in that first round at home means a lot, and it really means a lot to our guys and the city of Luverne also. We get to host a game, and we're playing a very good team, so it's exciting. Playoffs, as you said, everybody's 0-0. We're starting fresh, so it's just a new game and new season, and anything can happen.
Coach, you mentioned the home game, and obviously you guys earned that through all your region play and a very successful season altogether, but obviously in the region as well. Tell us a little bit about your team, and for the ones that may be seeing you for the first time, tell us a little bit about yourself, and you were bragging on your coaches earlier, so tell us a little bit about them if you would.
Right, I'll start with myself. This is my 21st year as head coach and my 4th year at Luverne, and we've improved fortunately for us every year. I think we were 6-5, then 7-4 last year, 10-3, and right now we're sitting at 9-1. So we've had good improvement, from day one to now, and it's been a great ride, and we hope we still got a long way to go. As far as our players, I had to pretty much start with Tay Brantley, who is our quarterback.
Yes, sir.
He started, actually started the last couple of games his freshman year at quarterback. He had played defense before then in the secondary, and moved him over and started the last couple of games his freshman year, and he's played ever since, sophomore, junior, now senior. He's a really great leader, real steady, and just does a good job of commanding things out there for us. He's our so-called coach on the field.
Yes, sir.
And he does a good job. Our skill guys are good. We got a young man named Tyler Wilson, plays some running back slot. He's very good. Edward Thomas, a great slot guy. Our outside receivers, Rajay Moneyham, he does a very good job. And those guys, we also ask them to block a lot.
Yes.
They do a good job out there. Kershawn Hamilton, he's our other outside receiver. Our line, I can't say enough about those guys. Coach Tim Brown, he's our offensive line coach. He does an outstanding job. He works those guys. They're a whole different group in themselves. I know I mentioned all of them last time, and I won't go into all of them again, but those guys have really been the key to our success this year. running back wise, we've got a senior, Elion Harris, who's been playing there some, and then we've got a guy that's a freshman, Keyshawn Glanton. He's actually started some for us there the last couple of games and done an outstanding job. So really, we got a good job, got a good offensive unit. Ryan Riles, my oldest son, he's our offense coordinator. He does a good job. I think we wound up averaging a little over 38 points a game this year, which was, I think, in 2A about six highest in the state, which is pretty good. Defensively, Coach Rudy Free, which you and him played ball together back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Coach Free is our defensive coordinator. He does a great job. He was with me 3 years at Elba, and now this is his 4th year with me here. And he really, buddy, he loves defense, and he gets those guys geared up, and he stays on them, and they do an outstanding job. I mentioned a few of those guys, our linebackers, Zay Gregory, who is a junior, and then Jason McMillan, who's a senior. They kind of anchor our defense. They are 2 inside linebackers. They really do an outstanding job in there, and they kind of make sure everybody's in the right spot, doing the right thing. So it's just important to have those guys. And then Chase White's also one of our linebackers. He does a good job. And then Elion Harris, I mentioned earlier, and Tay Brantley, they play in the secondary. But we've got a real good secondary. They work hard, work together well, and just, seem to always be in the right place at the right time. Tanner also plays one of our corners. He does a good job. He's been there with us a while, and he's a junior, but he does an outstanding job. Up front, we have a kind of a committee crew that, plays up front, rotates in and out. Those guys are great. Also mentioned Brad Horn, who is our other coach. He's our secondary coach, but he also kind of handles all our special teams, and special teams have been pretty special for us this year. We got a good return game. Our punt game's been good. Our kickoffs, extra point field goals been good. So, that kind of tells you a little bit about our team, our players, and our coaches.
Well, you mentioned the top 6 ranking in scoring offense. I know that you had quite a long streak going to where you're starting defense from the first game of the season through very late in the season, went without giving up a touchdown to the other team starters. And I know you, as well as the coaching staff, are proud of that. And you'll need all that on hand this weekend.
Yeah, very much so. I think we're averaging giving up 11 points a game. So, defensively, we've been pretty soft. And those guys, and a lot of those points we actually gave up, as you kind of alluded to there, were mop up points,
time,
and
getting some back up, some experience.
Our turnovers where they scored and different things. So really, defensively, this is probably the best defensive group I've ever had. From top to bottom.
So, Coach, we're not super familiar here in the Wiregrass with Southern Choctaw. You said you actually had a previous coaching opportunity against their coach, who we're going to talk to in a minute. But what have you seen on film so far? What have you found out this year about Southern Choctaw? How much time have you actually had to prepare? Did you know this could be a matchup earlier? And what type of challenges will they present the Tigers Friday night?
Right. Well, we actually knew 2 weeks ago that we were playing them and got some film, and had been looking at it and kind of preparing our guys, actually working on them, somewhat last week.
Yes,
so
sir.
We kind of had 2 weeks. I'm sure they did the same.
Yes, sir.
So, to prepare, they're very fast. They're a physical team. They run a lot of counters and kind of just a downhill running attack. So they do a really, really good job running the football. And defensively, they're extremely good. I think they're giving up 11 points a game also. I think us and them are like maybe 4 and 5 defensively, as far as points allowed on the whole season. And nobody scores much on them, on their defense. So it's going to be a huge task for them. But they're very physical. They play fast. They got a lot of really good athletes. So it's going to be I think a really, really exciting, a really tough physical game.
Well, Coach, very familiar with Luverne, their tradition. I'm excited that they're hosting a playoff game. We can't wait at Wiregrass Sports to be there Friday night, 7 o'clock. Be sure to tell everybody we'll be covering the game. We appreciate your time on the show tonight, and we're looking for an exciting first-round playoff matchup.
Well, we're glad to be here, glad to be in the playoffs. Thank y'all for covering our game. It's exciting always. The more publicity we can get for our team and our community, the better. So thank y'all, and go Tigers.
Thank you, Coach. You earned it. Hey, we'll be right back. We're going to take a short message, and then again, we're going to have Coach Jeremy Nolan join us. He's going to be calling in from Southern Choctaw. Don't go anywhere after this word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. This is the Napa Trojan Auto Parts Playoff Preview Show.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
When you want the best for your pet, choose Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. Our passionate and dedicated staff will make your pet feel as if they were at home. We are a full-service small animal hospital covering all areas of veterinary medicine. Dr. Steve Barron makes sure that all clients are well-informed and satisfied with services. We are equipped with an indoor boarding facility, surgery suite, laboratory, digital X-ray, and ultrasound. Choose the best care possible for the ones you love dearest with Southern Animal Hospital and Pet Resort.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Preston Steak and Grill in Troy serves quality food cooked over a wood-fired grill. Call us for any event you may need catered at 334-770-0675. We're located at 1647 US 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Total Lawn Care Plus is your one-stop shop for lawn care, landscape, pressure washing, handyman work, and more. Licensed and insured with over 7 years commercial experience. Dozens of satisfied customers in Pike and 4 surrounding counties.
South Alabama Stockyard, now under new ownership, is still family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in southeast Alabama. Come every Thursday at 1 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining your farm and growing, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burris Gracie today.
Hey, and welcome back to the Napa Trojan Auto Parts Preview Show. We're thrilled tonight to be joined with Southern Choctaw head coach Jeremy Nolan. Coach, thank you for joining us. How are you tonight?
Oh, doing well, guys. I appreciate y'all having me.
Hey, we appreciate you taking the time out to join us. We know it's a long ride for you, but we do look forward to seeing you in person on Friday night. Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, the Wiregrass not terribly familiar with your program. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Okay, well, I reckon I've been at Southern Choctaw for 15 years now. Been the head coach the last 10 or 11 years. Time gets by. Started out down there with Larry Boykin, and you know, we've had some good runs with him as the head coach, and he kind of basically, when he left, I kind of took over the reins, so I've been there ever since.
Well, Coach, we're glad to have you on tonight. Give us a little recap of your season.
You know, our guys, they played well. We've lost 3 tough games. Lost a big region game to Cottage Hill, but you know, our guys, the games that we've lost, we've been in every ball game, and we lost to Marengo, opened up the season, and got beat by Leroy by 2 points. And but you know, our kids have played well. You know, you got to have a little luck along the way, trying to stay healthy, and you know, kids are very excited about playing Friday night.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you, I've heard good things about your team already. I know you have one of the, you know, top defenses in the state in your classification. I understand you got a good rushing attack and that type of thing. What would you say your strengths are, and then tell us a little bit about how you think your team matches up against Luverne.
Well, you know, Luverne's real fast. They're going to spread you out. They're going to run side to side. Quarterback's real well. You know, they throw the bubble screens and inside hitches. Coach Riles does a great job of running what he runs, and you know, there's going to be a tough challenge for our defense. But our kids have been working hard this week. They studied film, so just, you know, anxious to see how they will respond Friday.
Well, we're expecting an absolute great game. It's no accident that we're covering you guys versus Luverne. We're thrilled. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm sure you're familiar with their atmosphere. And
yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about, for the people that haven't, heard some of these names and numbers, if you would point us out a few of your leaders and captains and players we can see on the broadcast Friday night.
Captains this year, I have 4 captains. Christian Pope, he's a starting center and plays middle linebacker. Deontay McGrew, he's a running back, been there 3 years, so this is not his first time. I got a quarterback, Jalen Mitchell, number 6. He's a good leader. First-year quarterback, but he's done well at managing offense. And Travion Franks, I got him. He's a offensive tackle, 11th grader. His leadership skills with the offensive line has been well this year.
Well, that's very good. Who's a few of your leaders on the defensive side of the ball? Obviously, you guys have fared very well that year, or this year rather.
Well, Javonte Foster plays safety, number 20. He kind of controls the secondary. Christian Pope, starting and Kadarius Roscoe at linebacker. They've been there 3 years now. So nothing. They've seen just about everything you could see. This year versus last year, our team tackles a little bit better. We do a lot better job of gang tackling, and so. I reckon that's why our defense has played so well this year. And Coach Jeffrey Banks and Coach Joe Roscoe, they've done a fantastic job of getting the job done.
Well, Coach, we hope you guys have a safe trip down to Crenshaw County this week. If you would, make sure that all the fans know that Wiregrass Sports will be your source for that coverage. 7 o'clock Friday night. We're very excited to meet you and have a great matchup down here. We wish you the best of luck and look forward to seeing you Friday night.
All right, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again, that was Coach Jeremy Nolan of Southern Choctaw. And a reminder, we will be live 7 o'clock this Friday night. The game will be live from Luverne High School. We want to appreciate their staff and the Alabama State High School Athletic Association for the privilege to cover this game. We hope you'll all join us. We'll also have scores as much as possible with all the Wiregrass action. So don't forget to tune in, check that out as you have time. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. This has been the Napa Trojan Auto Parts Playoff Preview Show.